Have you ever updated your development environment only to be hit with frustrating errors? If that's you, you're in the right place. Today, we're tackling a common issue in Xcode 9 related to Swift version compatibility. I totally understand how annoying it is when you update your tools and suddenly find yourself facing compiler errors. You're not alone in this. Many developers have encountered similar issues after upgrading to Xcode 9. Let's dive into the specific situation at hand. One user recently reported a compiler error while trying to build their project after updating to Xcode 9. They mentioned using the Facebook login pod and encountered an error stating, "Module compiled with Swift 3.1 cannot be imported in Swift 4.0. Does this sound familiar? If so, let's explore how to resolve it. So, what's going on here? This error typically occurs when there's a mismatch between the Swift version used to compile a module and the version your project is using. In this case, the Facebook login pod was compiled with Swift 3.1, while your project is set to Swift 4.0. Let's break down how to fix this. And stick around. I have a great tip at the end that will help you avoid these issues in the future. To resolve the issue with the Facebook login pod, the user should first check if there is an updated version of the pod that is compatible with Swift 4.0. If an update is available, the user should install it. This will ensure that the Facebook login pod is compiled with the correct version of Swift. Next, the user should verify the Swift version settings in their project. They need to ensure that the Swift language version is set to Swift 4.0 in the build settings. After making these changes, the user should clean the build folder to remove any cached data that might cause conflicts. Finally, the user can rebuild the project. If everything is set up correctly, the error should be resolved and the project should compile successfully. Fun fact, did you know that Swift was first introduced in 2014? It has evolved rapidly, and keeping up with updates can sometimes feel like a race. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution from another user suggests a straightforward approach. First, clean your project in Xcode 8. Then, build or run your project in Xcode 9. This method worked for them. Now let's see a response from a different user. An alternative solution from another user suggests cleaning the project in Xcode 9. After cleaning, they were able to run the app successfully. Now let's see a response from a different user. An alternative solution from another user suggests a simple fix. They recommend removing the Facebook login pod from your project and then dragging it back into the embedded binaries section. Now let's shift our focus to a different response. An alternative solution provided by another user is to clean the build folder. This can help resolve the issue with importing the module. Now let's see a response from a different user. One alternative solution comes from a user who suggests using specific Facebook SDK pods. They recommend adding FBSDK Core Kit, FBSDK Login Kit, and FBSDK Share Kit to your project. After cleaning the target, they found no issues. Additionally, the user notes that since the pod you're using is in Swift and is a beta version, you might encounter issues with the Swift 4 compiler. They recommend using the Objective-C version of the pod for now. Here's the tip I promised. Always check for pod updates after upgrading your Xcode version. This simple habit can save you from many headaches down the line. And there you have it. With these steps, you should be able to resolve the Swift version compatibility issue in Xcode 9. Remember, keeping your pods updated is key to a smooth development experience. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks.